Hi everyone, welcome to the channel where we break down complex ideas into simple, relatable concepts. Today, we're talking about motivation. What drives us to do what we do? Specifically, we're diving into two types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. And stick around because I'll explain why intrinsic motivation is way more important in the long run. Let's jump in. What is motivation? Let's start with the basics. Motivation is what pushes you to take action. It's the why behind everything you do. Whether you're hitting the gym, studying for an exam, or binge watching your favorite series. There are two main types of motivation: intrinsic, the kind that comes from inside, and extrinsic, which is driven by outside factors. Let's break this down. Intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is when you do something because you genuinely enjoy it or find it fulfilling. It's not about rewards or recognition, it's about personal satisfaction. For example, let's say you love painting. You're not doing it to win an award or sell your art. You paint because it makes you happy, helps you relax, and expresses your creativity. Intrinsic motivation is tied to your passions, interests, and values. It's what makes you feel truly alive. Think about kids. They'll play for hours, not for prizes, but because they love it. Extrinsic motivation. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is when you're driven by external factors, like rewards, money, grades, or avoiding punishment. For instance, you might work overtime to get a bonus or study hard to impress your parents. Sure, it gets the job done, but it's not as satisfying. The problem with extrinsic motivation is that it's temporary. Once the reward is gone, or you realize that you're not getting the recognition you expected, you lose interest. And that brings us to the big question: why intrinsic motivation matters more? Intrinsic motivation is the key to long-term success and happiness. And here's why. Reason: it creates true fulfillment. When you're intrinsically motivated, you're doing something that aligns with who you are. This leads to genuine happiness. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly proud of yourself? It was probably when you accomplished something because you wanted to, not because somebody else told you to. It builds resilience. Let's be honest. Life is hard, and challenges are everywhere. If you're only driven by external rewards, you'll quit the moment those rewards disappear. But intrinsic motivation? That keeps you going, even when things get tough. Because you're passionate about the process, not just the results. It leads to mastery. Intrinsic motivation makes you invested. You're more likely to dive deep, learn, and improve because you're doing it for you. Whether it's mastering an instrument, learning a new skill, or becoming better at your job, intrinsic motivation pushes you to go beyond the basics. Can extrinsic motivation be useful? Now, don't get me wrong. Extrinsic motivation isn't all bad. It can be a great starting point. For example, you might initially go to the gym to lose weight or earn bragging rights. But over time, if you start loving how exercise makes you feel, it can shift to intrinsic motivation. So, the trick is to use extrinsic motivation as a tool while aiming to develop intrinsic motivation for what really matters. How to cultivate intrinsic motivation? Okay, you're probably wondering, how do I become more intrinsically motivated? Here are 3 quick tips. Tip number 1, find your why. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Dig deep to uncover the personal meaning behind your actions. For example, studying isn't just about passing exams, it's about building a future you're excited about. Tip number 2, focus on the process, not the outcome. Instead of obsessing over results, enjoy the journey. If you're learning guitar, don't stress about playing perfectly. Just have fun experimenting with chords and melodies. Tip 3, set personal goals. Make goals that are meaningful to you. They should excite you, not just impress others. Intrinsic motivation is your secret weapon for a happier, more fulfilled life. It's about doing what you love and loving what you do. So, ask yourself, what lights your fire? And how can you do more of that every day? Thanks for watching, everyone. If this video sparked some motivation, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody who could use a boost. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing tips. Until next time, stay motivated and stay true to you. Bye.